SMT Nation, we back. Verizon Wireless, when it comes to networking, they are not to be played with. They're doing some incredible things here in my market. I'm actually really excited about this because we didn't expect this to happen so quickly. But I think this is a couple. How do I phrase this? I think it's an indication of a couple of things that are going to be coming to market in a lot of places. And well, let me give you guys the details and let me give you the rundown and then share the testing with you guys. All right, so this is a speed test of the Google Pixel 7 Pro. It has my Verizon 2017 unlimited plan with the 5G ultra wideband add-on, and this is taken at about 5:30 this morning. All right, so it's very early, uh, but this is a mile away from the tower site. So, in and of itself, let's just call a spade here. This is incredible propagation from the N77 3700 megahertz frequency. It's just been performing stellar from the local area tower sites. So I wanted to share that with you guys. But additionally, the reason I wanted to do this video is these speeds have just increased. Same time, same phone, same place, all things being the same. The speeds are faster. Now, nothing's changing with the tower site with respect to the antennas and the radios, right? But what exactly is going on? I'm pretty confident that at a large scale, after a couple, a few different tower sites that I tested yesterday and today, I think we have massive backhaul upgrades going on citywide. All right, now this is huge because previously most of these sites were on 1 gig backhaul, right? So they've got a 1 gig fiber circuit going to the tower for Verizon. And that, theoretically should give them plenty of throughput. It's not really a problem or anything, but to really take advantage of all this new spectrum that Verizon has, they've got 60 megahertz live in like 70 or 75 markets across the country right now, with a lot of places being built out and upgraded as we speak. But again, in 2023, there's markets that are going to be getting early cleared for 100 megahertz of bandwidth. So that's a 40% increase in bandwidth availability. Plus, at the end of the year, all of the blocks are going to be cleared for C-band, right? So A, B, and C will all be fully cleared from satellite and repacked. Verizon's going to average 160 megahertz of this stuff and then 77 across the country. I'm starting to see improvements to speeds. So I think that this site that I tested here this morning, the home site, I think it got the upgrade because previously my peaks were in the 500s at the same time from the same location. And the RF's exactly the same. I looked at the RSRP, I looked at the SINR, no changes. Right? Nothing going on from an RF side. I think this is strictly a backhaul upgrade. I'll be going to the site a little bit closer. I'm going to test all three sectors around the site and in the area. I'll test them at quarter mile, half mile, and full mile range, and we'll see what we get. But I know the site pretty well, so I feel really good about this. Here is a neighboring cell, right? So it's the next cell over, which also got the upgrade. Again, previously at this time of day, when I tested this site, 600 megabits peak, right? Now we're seeing 800, 830 megs. The uplink's about the same. I don't really see much of a difference there. Generally speaking, the ping times have been dropping a little bit. They're down about 20, 30%. All right, you'll see no jitter. That's a quality connection, folks. This is the iPhone 14 Pro Max. I just thought I'd throw that out there. All right, now I showed you the this image here. This is from a mile away, right? This is pretty close to the site. But again, I wasn't getting more than like 450, 550, 600 maybe peak. So this is a huge boost to their capacity. Here's the connection log here from the results from my testing just in the back half of the day yesterday on the Pixel. All right, so you guys will see like these speeds I was not getting from that same spot at the same time, right? So we're going from like 4 or 500 to 6 700, right? And then when it came to the iPhone, I wanted to show you guys. Here's the testing around that site: 834 peak, averaging 6 700, quite much faster than it was before. Here's a little bit of range testing for you guys here with the iPhone, right? Indoors, right? 505, 528, 461. Previously, this time of the day, speeds were like 300, 350. So now there's more available capacity and throughput, which they're allowing their customers to take advantage of. So here's my takeaway. I think Verizon is mass scaling the 10 gig backhaul upgrades. I'm basically anticipating this for pretty much every site in Cleveland. I don't see why not. The fiber is available. Now, in rural America, this is a much tougher task. I think trying to get every site on 1 gig backhaul is the goal. 10 gig backhaul is nice. A lot of sites can get the 10 gig backhaul, and I think it's going to happen. But in some places that are still on microwave, they're probably just trying to get fiber there, and a 1 gig circuit would do. But you can't get full potential throughput capacity without higher capacity circuits of fiber. All right, so I think Verizon's doing that here. I think this is also an indication that they're ready to move to more bandwidth. I'll be watching this very carefully. I'm waiting for the Samsung radio gear, which my market has, to get the approval to be able to do the 100 megahertz bandwidth. Because at that time, then Verizon starts to kind of look at the possibility of maybe early clearing and accelerating the repack of the additional bandwidth from the additional blocks. Now, what does this mean to the average person? This is a very technical video, right? This means that for the people who want to use 5G home internet from Verizon and they want that additional competitor, that option, right, to compete with cable and DSL and T-Mobile home internet and everybody else, people that want to use that have a more likelihood of it coming to their area. Because right now you might have 5G ultra wideband in your area, but the addresses may not qualify because there's not enough capacity. A 10 gig backhaul fiber circuit upgrade with additional bandwidth could create the capacity that gives you that option. And let's not forget, the primary use case of the Verizon network is for mobility. And the 5G ultra wideband is the move. Uncapped video playback resolution. You're not stuck on 720p or 480p or anything like that. You're not stuck on 1080p. You could do 4K if you like. The hotspot, unlimited. It's not metered. All these things, no deprio, these types of things. It is the ultimate connection when it comes to Verizon and their capacitive experiences. Okay, so look out for this stuff coming your way. This is very, very exciting. Look, I've been using T-Mobile for the last couple of years, so I've been testing the N41, and it's pretty good, right? Like we see 600 megabit per second speeds like this, but those are 100 megahertz channels, and they're even starting to do additional bandwidth. They're doing like a second N41 channel, so like another 20-40 megahertz of bandwidth, and they're not even really reaching their full potential because they're not on 10 gig circuits yet either. At least they may have it available to them, but they're not. They haven't paid for it. They haven't done it yet. So I'm kind of surprised that Verizon beat out T-Mobile to 10 gig backhaul. I kind of am. I was kind of expecting T-Mobile to do that by the summer, and then it came and went. But now that this is happening here, I'm expecting T-Mobile to respond. That's another thing I'm watching. The competitive juices at T-Mobile are pretty fierce. So I want to see if they kind of figure these things out. And they're like, oh, Verizon went 10 gig backhaul. We got to do it too, because they're about to be the fastest carrier in Cleveland. And we just saw that, T-Mobile won the Root Metrics Award in Cleveland. So they probably don't want to give it up, right? And of course, Verizon's fast scaling upgrades. AT&T's got great fiber backhaul, connectivity here too. But I've been disappointed with their 5G plus raw throughput performance so far. We'll see when things start to change, when they start combining both parts, both frequencies to their N77 channel. Anyways, long-winded video, but I wanted to explain all these things. Be on the lookout for Verizon. They are absolutely cooking with gas. They're scaling upgrades. They're turning up backhaul in my market. Look out for this coming your way. If you're in a top 50 PA and you haven't seen this yet, it's coming. I promise. If you're just outside the top 50, 60, 70 PAs, it's coming in 2023 too. Very, very exciting. I feel very confident that Verizon's 5G network is going to be very, very good. And it's going to be a great experience for you guys if you decide you want to use them. If you're on AT&T and T-Mobile, they're building great networks too. We'll see what they do in 2023, but more to come, right? This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is one market. More is coming from Verizon. They're spending the big bucks. 10 billion dedicated to C-band upgrades. And they're still spending 18 billion annually in their capex. So the money is spent, the upgrades are happening. What do you guys say? You comment down below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Turn on the bell notification icon to never miss an upload. Links in the description for all things going on with the channel. Big shout out to the YouTube members and the Patreon supporters. Y'all are the goats. Thanks for supporting me on all these platforms. And words of positivity as we head out today. Every new day is an opportunity to be great. Go out there and be great. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.